what are those things that are creating a massive drag on my progress?
Yeah.
Because they exist. And a lot of times it's people. And a lot of times it's like the old friends who you've had around and who are part of that old circle. But your environment is a huge function and factor in where you're going to end up. And if you just have a bunch of people around you that are holding you back or telling you to be realistic or sort of just like laughing and snickering at the stuff that you want to go and accomplish, you're probably not going to be able to go do it because you just become a product of those people. I really do believe that, by the way, like you're a product of the 5 people. You're like the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time around.
Yeah.
I think that's really true. And it's like, it's not just the people, it's also the things you're doing on a daily basis. It's the environment that's around you. But unless you think critically about who you need to eliminate from your life and the things you need to eliminate from your life, you just get stuck in that same pattern and it'll just perpetuate. You'll wake up 10 years from now and realize you're doing the same shit you were doing 10 years ago. I mean, for me, it's like my hermit crab theory of life, which is like, basically you have a shell at any point in time. That's like your people, your environment, the things around you. And every now and then you outgrow that shell and you need to move on to the next one. And it's okay. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Fundamentally, we have this aversion to shedding whatever our shell is. And it's like looked down upon that you aren't as close with your high school friends. Like you move on, you go to college and you start meeting new people and, people that are growing with you in a different way. And you might not be as close with your high school friends. And that's totally okay because your shell is changing as you're moving to the next phase of your life. And then those college friends, that were there for you in a fun time of your life when you were relatively carefree and doing things might not be the right people to be there for you to push you in that next phase of your life, whatever you're doing. And the same thing happens when you have a family. And I think there's just like this tendency to avoid those shell changes, and the people that embrace them and are willing to like, not lose sight of the people that have been there for you throughout, but that are willing to make those changes that are necessary along the way and just kind of embrace it at each stage. Those are the people that tend to have the highest kind of compounding rate of return on their life. The concept of luck surface area is one that I'm a huge, huge believer in.
Yeah.
A lot of this for me came from the movie Interstellar. You like citing movies. In Interstellar, there's this one scene where they come up from that planet that's right on the edge of the black hole.
Yeah.
And they're wondering why there wasn't any life on that planet because it seemed so promising. And what they realize is that the proximity to the black hole meant that any lucky events that might have struck that planet actually got sucked into the black hole.
Yeah.
And so nothing lucky was able to happen there. Those like chance molecules hitting into each other that might have sparked life could not have happened.
Right.
And your life has the exact same set of principles. When you have a life that has a whole lot of black holes around it, that could be people, that could be things that you're doing, habits, whatever it is, that are sucking up and sucking out all of the luck from it, it's very hard to get lucky. You're not going to have those opportunities. You're not going to have those chance encounters on the street with someone that might change your life. And so one of the goals in life, especially early on, is to make sure, A, you don't have black holes that are sucking the luck out of your life, and B, to make sure that you expand your luck surface area as much as you possibly can. Part of that is being in places where those things can happen. Like London is a great example. New York is a great example. When you're in New York, you get invited to random dinners, you meet random people, things happen, people you meet on the street are interesting, and those end up leading to interesting opportunities. Now, balancing that against having fun and just living your life is what's important. Like if you had caught me 2 years ago, I might have said to you, like, go all in on the luck surface area thing. Like all that matters is be in New York, be in it, be in London because you want to do this and that's going to 10x your life. I sort of have come to now a realization that you need to have a balance of the two. Kurt Vonnegut, the author, gave a commencement speech at Rice University. I think it's like 1995. And the most famous line, the one that I constantly think about from it, is he implores the students in the crowd to pause when times are nice and when things are going well, and to look up at the sky and say, if this isn't nice, what is? And that has stuck with me more than almost anything else in my life, because it's so easy to glaze by those moments of happiness and to just like not even register them. Just like you're out on a walk and things are good and you just are like, it passes you by and the time is gone and you'll never get it back. And when you force yourself to pause and do that, like, what does this sensation feel like? What does the sun on my face feel like? What does the smell in this coffee shop smell like? You register those moments and time slows down and almost stands still. And it's such an unbelievable thing when you're able to do it. So like, I really do encourage people to do this. Just stop. Next time you experience that moment of pleasure and joy, just say in your head or out loud, if this isn't nice, what is? Because it will, I mean, it really, really will change your life if you do that. There's this like desire to constantly be moving in a positive and upward trajectory. And the problem is you live your own life zoomed in, ultra close to everything that's going on. That like your own experience with the world is like a first person player. Like you are there, you are in it. And so when you're in it, like in the trenches every day, you fail to be able to see the big picture. You don't have the big picture on your life because you're so zoomed in. And so I write about that constantly. I talk about it constantly. I think about it constantly. You have to force yourself to zoom out on a regular basis because that is the only way you can generate the perspective to say like, okay, I took one step back here, but shit, I'm up 10 steps from a month ago or from 3 months ago, 6 months ago. So maybe that wasn't, the right step, but what can I learn from that that's going to allow me to take the 3-step jump after this? And those zoom out points, finding those zoom out points and forcing them into your routine, forcing them into your schedule is hugely important because of that, just because of that bias towards being zoomed in on a daily basis on everything you're doing. It's so easy to just get discouraged, man. It's like, I know that feeling. Like you post something, a podcast episode goes up and it busts, like it doesn't do well. You put up a piece of writing that you spent a ton of time on, that you put so much thought into. No one talks about it. It doesn't get shared. No one likes it. And you're just like down on yourself. And then you zoom out and you realize like, well, shit, 6 months ago, I would have been so excited to get that many engagements with it. Or I would have been so excited that anyone cared about the thing that I was putting out. So actually I'm moving in the right direction. It just, success doesn't look like a straight line. It has these, peaks and troughs.